Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. We are back again with my thoughts on Winter Ember, the new game from Sky Machine Studeios. Winter Ember is an immersive stealth action game that puts you into the role of Arthur Artorias, aka the Faceless Man. As always, let's start with what I liked. The intro for this game is fantastic. Arthur's father has somehow crossed a shadowy organization who comes to the family mansion and wipes out everyone, Butler included. One woman survives and is able to save Arthur. 3 years later, he is healed up and comes back home to find his enemies. The premise itself is, of course, nothing new, but the execution is great, and I love the anime design of the cutscenes. By the time you take control of Arthur, you are locked in and ready to exact vengeance. It won't be long before the gameplay gives you very strong Thief vibes if you played that series. Winter Ember is a stealth game, so of course you are able to sneak up on your opponents to knock them out or execute them. If you knock out enemies, they can wake up after a period of time. You also get a host of arrows to do different things. Water arrows can dim lights, rope arrows allow you to reach greater heights, electric arrows allow you to power equipment, and bludgeon arrows let you knock down weak areas. There are also valuables littered throughout the missions for you to loot and sell to a fence. I loved the Thief series, so all of this strongly works for me. Winter Ember, unlike Thief, is a stealth game that allows all-out combat to be an option. You get skill trees that let you build up stealth, utility, or combat. The combat tree helps Arthur fight with his bow and or sword. During sword combat, you can parry, dodge, and roll to help keep yourself alive. If you kill an enemy, whether it be in combat or by sneaking, you will leave a pool of blood under the body that cannot be cleaned. Enemies will investigate if they see this stain. Bodies can be picked up and hidden. If you go below a certain percentage of health, you will start bleeding and leave a trail of blood that enemies will follow. During some missions, civilians are present, and if they see you bleeding, they will freak out and alert authorities. I like the variety in the mission areas thus far. First, we went through a train station filled with enemies in danger at every turn, but plenty of places to hide. Then I had to fight through a fully lit train in narrow corridors, so enemies were more difficult to avoid. Then finally I arrived at a full city where I had to deal with not only patrolling police, but civilians who might bring more police as well. The changes helped keep the game fresh, and I consistently enjoyed the environments. There are a couple of things in the game I am neutral on. So far it seems like I cannot really clear a map. I'm used to if you kill everyone in a particular area, then you can search through it freely before you continue forward. It doesn't feel that way in Winter Ember. Multiple times I was relatively sure everybody had been knocked out or killed, only to randomly come across a guard in the hallway. Again, I prefer being able to clear a section, but I see the advantage of making the player feel like they are never completely safe in a stealth game, so I put this in the neutral section. The AI for the game is competent, and for the most part, when I am bleeding or a dead body is discovered, they act in expected ways. My only issue is there seems to be a limited amount of animations or responses to these situations. Enemies crouch, put their hand on their sword, and creep forward. I would have liked to see more variety in enemy responses. This might change as I encounter new enemy types. Quick note before we get into what I don't like so far about the game. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate you hitting the like button. This information tells me which content the channel is enjoying and helps my video spread to more people. I really appreciate all of the support. Alright, let's talk about what I don't like about this game thus far. So I mentioned that I love the intro and it does a great job of setting up the game. I think the first mission doesn't make the most of that momentum. You are told you need to catch a train back to your hometown. No explanation is given for why you cannot ride the train as a regular person and take your equipment in a bag. Also, nothing is said about the guards you encounter. Are they working for your enemies and therefore you can feel comfortable killing them? Or are they just doing the job of guarding the station? The mission is an hour and a half. There is no story continuation or world building, and Arthur barely talks during it. In sharp contrast, the second mission immediately has you seeking out a friend from your past and lets you explore an area that was once Arthur's hometown. You are also able to talk with other civilians to find out how the area has changed. It all feels like a much better continuation from how the intro starts you. Finally, I hate it when games don't let me manually save. Winter Ember uses a system where you have to reach a shrine in order to save. At one point, there was nearly an hour of progress in my game before a shrine was available. There are checkpoints, but it's not clear to me yet how often they come up. That's the information I have so far after a few hours with the game. I will definitely release a full review once I am finished. Winter Ember releases tomorrow, April 19th for Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and PC through Steam and GOG. Hope all of you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like, share this content, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.